righty, it's 7 o'clock. Let's get ready to have our meeting tonight. So welcome everyone. I'm going to call the meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Well, thank you, Commissioners. We are missing two, but we look like we still have a quorum, so we can continue. First item is to adopt our agenda. You all have had a chance to take a look at this agenda, and there's a few things that are a little bit different on there that I'll try to highlight and walk us through. But I have one modification on this agenda I would like to suggest, and then I'll see if it looks all right to you all. On the consent calendar, item B1 should be minutes of commission and regular session on October 21st instead of the 16th, so the meeting was on the 21st. Okay, any other suggestions on the agenda? Anything else that needs modification, or can we adopt this agenda?
I think we should be able to adopt that with the changes. Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to adopt our agenda for our regular commission meeting on November the 18th, 2025?
I make a motion to adopt the agenda for November 18th, 2025.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Okay. All in favor of adopting this agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, our agenda is adopted. Next item that we have is something called the consent calendar. Now this is new to me. I think it's new to you all. This is something that our city manager has advised us on, and we might try this. It's something that I believe the county does, and it's with an aim to have a more efficient meeting. And so we will provide these items on the consent calendar in advance. The aim is to publish them on our website as part of a packet. So we've been encouraged to try to put more material up on our website in advance of the meeting. And city manager is helping us to do that. I will note that this month we had some IT challenges, and we were only able to post the operating statement, but we did get that posted. So we will endeavor to try to get more information up and publish this as part of a packet that can be available to citizens to take a look at all the detailed information that we have that was sent around to us. But I think you've received all this information on the consent calendar. The way this works is that this is generally for these items that are, according to Robert's rules, routine, non-controversial, and generally have no discussion. The way it'll work is I'll ask for any objections to the consent calendar, and if you see something there that you want to have discussion on or needs some special attention, that would be the moment for you to say, I would like to pull it out. And if we pull it out, it will become the first item under the new business on our regular agenda. And so what we'll do when we get to this item on the consent calendar is we will just approve all these items that are provided for on the consent calendar in one motion. City manager, let me make sure that I've described that correctly, and anything you want to do to clarify on how that is going to work.
That's perfect, Mayor. And I think, like I said, it's designed to where y'all can spend more time on business that needs to be taken care of, the resolutions and stuff, to make the meeting run more efficiently.
Okay. I don't know, people might miss these 2-hour meetings. But, I don't think my wife can miss them. Okay, any other questions on the consent calendar? Okay, so when we get down to this item, then we will ask for a motion and a second to approve the items on the consent calendar, and we'll do it in that way. So, you all have received this items?
Do we need to vote on that too?
It's item number 2
Okay.
in the consent calendar.
I didn't know if it followed under that or not.
Yeah, so it's all these items, the minutes for 2 meetings, and approval of the reports from the city manager, the finance report, the fire department report, recreation committee report, community plan committee report. So all those items are been provided. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All in favor, I'm sorry, can I get a motion and a second to approve the items on the consent calendar?
I make a motion to approve the items on the consent calendar.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor of approving the items on the consent calendar, say aye. Those opposed? Okay, none opposed. Then these items on the consent calendar are approved. Next up on our agenda is public input for items on the agenda. So this is our opportunity for public input. We've got 2 opportunities for public input, so people can provide input at the beginning of the meeting. Anything that's on the agenda, they can provide input on. And then later, after we've gone through these items, I'll ask for public input for items not on the agenda. And so if you want to provide any input on anything that's not on the agenda, that's basically where citizens can come in and tell us what they would like to tell us. Okay, so let me see if there's any items for public input on the agenda. Do we have anybody signed up to speak?
Signed up for on the agenda, we'll have Mike Aker and Steve Fillmore.
Okay. Mr. Akers?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, I applaud your consent calendar approach. I think it will serve you very well. I would encourage you all to consider taking the new business item, the resolution to enter into a license agreement with the state of Tennessee for use and maintenance of the right-of-way to when more of you are here. I realize that you have the power to go ahead and approve it, but I believe it needs more discussion. And that's about all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Anybody else signed up to speak?
Steve Fillmore,
Eddie, I'm here for the Tennessee Winter Beer Fest, and I can answer questions then. I don't need to speak.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else would like to,
I didn't
Yes.
sign up, but I do want to make a comment
on the agenda?
on the agenda. I'm Sandra Hedrick, I live in Townsend in the city limits, and the new consent calendar that you have deprives me of some information that I like to get about what's going on. So I am assuming that our new city manager will be putting all of that information on the website, not the Facebook, but the website, so that poor people like me can find out. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I've confirmed that that is the plan. On the city website, there's a section where you can go for the agenda, and we've already updated it. It says agenda and packets. And so in the packet will be all these items, so that citizens can get that information. I know you're probably missing Commissioner Satterfield's Parks and Rec report.
I did, I do miss it.
Wants to know about that. But that's where they will be. They'll be on the website under agenda and packets. Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
on the resolution about the right-of-way, is that dealing with areas other than the bike trail?
Yes, I'm happy to explain a little bit more about what it is when we get to it. But we've had some discussion in it. We've had it on the agenda a couple of times before. But I'll explain what it is when we get to it. Is that enough information, or do you, it's more than
I
just?
didn't know whether I needed to respond to something because I don't know what it's covering.
Yeah. So this right-of-way agreement is to, they went through a process of allowing people to buy back additional property, and it took a multi-year process. And what it did is it changed the map of the right-of-way. And so now the right-of-way will include all those areas that did not get purchased back. So all that reverts back to the state right-of-way. And so we had a license agreement previously that includes the bike path and things like that. And really what this agreement does is it incorporates all that new area into our license agreement, just like the one we had before. It's mainly just to get all that additional area in the, that was not purchased back into our license agreement.
Route 337, would you please explain where that is?
City manager?
Yeah, I would have to refer back to the actual contract. And actually, this is,
We're going to get,
we probably need to get to that once we open it up for discussion.
That's fine.
And I think that's something that you all may want to take into consideration in your discussion and in your possible action, is that we were not able to post this, this is one of the things we had trouble posting, the contract itself. But as far as we have to tell you exactly where that is, I know looking on this, but I'm not ready to answer that. And at this point too, I'm not so sure we need to be getting into it until you have the motion on the floor.
okay. All right. Any other public input? Okay, with that, we'll go to our next item, unfinished business. We have no unfinished business, which will bring us right down to new business, resolution number 292-25-1C, a resolution to enter into a license agreement with the state of Tennessee for use and maintenance of the rights-of-way of state routes 73 and 337 within the city of Townsend, Tennessee. I'll read it, and then I'll ask for a motion in a second so we can get it up for discussion. Resolution number 29225-1C, a resolution to enter into a license agreement with the state of Tennessee for use and maintenance of the rights-of-way of state routes 73 and 337 within the city of Townsend, Tennessee. Whereas the city of Townsend, Tennessee recognizes the need and use and maintain certain property owned by the state of Tennessee for public purposes, whereas the state of Tennessee, through the Tennessee Department of Transportation, has jurisdiction over certain right-of-way property located within the corporate limits of the city, and whereas the city of Townsend desires to enter into a license agreement with TDOT for the maintenance and use of the rights-of-way within the corporate limits of the city of Townsend, and whereas TDOT indicated a willingness to enter into a license agreement with the city of Townsend for said property subject to the terms and conditions set forth in the attached license agreement, and whereas it is in the best interest of the citizens of Townsend to approve said license agreement to promote the general welfare of the public, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the city of Townsend in regular session assembled the 18th day of November 2025 hereby approves entering into the attached license agreement with the state of Tennessee for the use and maintenance of the state right-of-way as described in the agreement, authorizing and directing the mayor of the city of Townsend to execute on behalf of the city of Townsend said license agreement. Be it further resolved that this resolution takes effect upon its passage and that any part of any prior resolution to the contrary is hereby declared null and void, the public welfare requirement. Okay, here's the resolution. Let me see if I can get a motion and a second to approve this resolution, and then we'll have some discussion on it.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 292-25-1C.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mayor, if I could.
City manager.
Yes, I could jump in. So I don't know why, so this lease agreement was drafted by TDOT. I don't know why they put that in, if they're referring to Highway 73, what we call Highway 73. The lease agreement does refer to the Appendix A, which going through it is the right-of-way off of 321 and past West Valley Road, what we refer to as Highway 73. This was brought about kind of as the ending of what started in 2009. This is the state, the cleansing of the right-of-way, all that went on. The state feels that they've done that they've gone through, and either what the encroachments were removed or the land was bought. So they feel that almost 20 years later, this process is finished, and this is the end process for them. The maintenance and the lease is for us to be able to continue what we're doing. Doesn't add any more to us or any more responsibility. It will also, if we want to make improvements to the bike trail or to other places that are on state right of way, it simplifies that process for the city greatly. It brings it down to a matter of weeks instead of a matter of months to get approval, or years to get approval. The city attorney has looked at this, finds that it doesn't put any more burden onto the city, and like I said, we spoke with TDOT. I know y'all had a meeting with TDOT. I spoke with Whitney from TDOT last week, and I feel like this would be in the best interest of the city. It doesn't bound us in anything, it's just recognizing what's going on. And to be honest, I think the state's just kind of, they're saying, okay, we're finished, we're done with the right of way. They still own it, we lease it, but as far as that whole process that many of us remember started in 2009, that has gone on 20 years, the state of Tennessee is saying that process is finished.
Okay, thank you very much, City Manager. I think that's really helpful. We do, maintain for the benefit of our citizens portions of the right-of-way. We also refer to it as the green buffer zone. People like to see that. That's part of the face of our city. We don't have a downtown area per se. What we are is a corridor, a gateway community to the Smoky Mountains National Park and to Cades Cove. And so the corridor that runs up and down 321 into the park is really the face of our city. It has picnic tables, it has benches that have been placed there by our community, by our local businesses. It has trees and light posts, it has the bike path, as has been noted. So it is really vital that the city have a role in maintaining and being able to, help make some decisions about what happens in that right-of-way. This is not new necessarily. We've had a license agreement with TDOT for a number of years about the right-of-way. But as city manager described, this is just sort of incorporating that additional property into that right-of-way agreement. So we've got a number of maps now. There's a big section here in the back. We've had a chance to review this with TDOT that contains these maps with the areas that would be new. And so that's really what we're doing. It doesn't really incur any significant additional responsibilities on the city. So I think to answer the question about this 337, here's what I've been able to find. Tennessee State Route 337 in Blount and Sevier counties. It runs east-west across southeastern Blount County and southern Sevier County. It runs from U.S. Route 321, Tennessee State Route 73 at Townsend, to Route 321 and 441, Tennessee State Route 7/73, and it runs into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And so some portion of this, my guess, is Route 337 in these maps. So I think that's the what I've been able to locate on this Route 337. The main point here is that this right-of-way agreement is, pretty important to the city, and it's important that we have all the additional property, lest we be trying to figure out, this is some portion of the right-of-way that is not within our license agreement. These maps here will make it clear for us. And so encroachments in the right-of-way are something that TDOT has tried to deal with. We will have to continue to deal with that, and so I think that's basically what's here. But I don't envision that this changes our responsibilities significantly. City Manager, are you going to add something on that?
No, I just agree with you. This pretty much is just putting in writing what's happening anyway. And like I said, it's the finalization of the process that started in 2009.
Commissioners, any questions or discussion you'd like to have on this?
Will Carver did look over this and all is well.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, I'll call the question. All in favor of approving resolution 292-25-1C, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the resolution is approved. Next item, 3-25-1C, a resolution to request the Election Commission of Blount County to call and hold an election for the city of Townsend on August the 6th, 2026, for the purpose of electing 3 commissioners to serve the city of Townsend. And I'll read it. Here. Okay, resolution number 293-25-1C. A resolution to request the Election Commission of Blount County to call and hold an election for the city of Townsend on August 6, 2026, for the purpose of electing 3 commissioners to serve the city of Townsend. Whereas the term of office for 3 commissioners on the Board of Commissioners for the city of Townsend will expire on September the 1st, 2026, and whereas the city of Townsend desires to request that the Blount County Election Commission call and hold an election for the purpose of electing 3 commissioners to serve the city of Townsend, and whereas the authority to request said election is granted in the Charter for the City of Townsend, Tennessee, Private Act number 19, House Bill number 1396, Senate Bill number 1420 of 2015, and whereas it is in the best interest of the citizens of Townsend to request the election to promote the general welfare of the public. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of the City of Townsend hereby requests that the Blount County Board of Elections call and hold an election on August the 6th, 2026, for the purpose of electing 3 commissioners for the city's Board of Commissioners due to the term expiration of 3 commissioners. Donald Prater, Randy Martin, Kelsey Satterthwaite, all 3 of us. Be it further resolved that this resolution takes effect upon its passage, and that any part of any prior resolution to the contrary is hereby declared null and void, the public welfare requiring. Can I get a motion and a second to get this one up for discussion?
Make a motion to approve resolution number 293-25-1C.
I have a second.
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. I just note that this is something that we do every 2 years. So I think it's pretty clear from the resolution that this is something that is in the interest of our citizens to ask the Blount County Board of Elections to call and hold an election. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor of resolution 293-25-1C, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the resolution is adopted. That brings us down to the next item on our agenda, which is the special event permit approval for the 2026 Tennessee Winter Beer Fest to be held February 21st, 2026. Let me see what I can read about this. Let's see, the organizer's name is Rob Showmaker, and the event will be held from 3 to 8 p.m. This is one that we're familiar with. It's been held several times before. I don't know how many times. Maybe somebody could tell us. The location of the event will be at Company Distilling, 8351 Tennessee 73 in Townsend, Tennessee 37882. I think that's the location where it was last year. And let's see. Sponsor the Lily Barn as Steve Fillmore. Steve, I guess you're here representing the organizers. Anything you'd like to say about this?
Year 14.
Year 14, okay. All right. Estimated attendance, 450 people. And proceeds, New Hope, Blount County Children's Advocacy Center. All right, if I can get a motion and a second up for discussion, we'll get this one up for discussion.
Make a motion to approve the Tennessee Winter Beer Festival application.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. City manager, has Chief Conde taken a look at this?
Yeah, well, I talked to him about it, he sees no problem,
Okay, no problem. Okay,
no issues.
all right. That would be my only question. Commissioners, any other questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving the special event permit application for the Tennessee Winter Beer Festival, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the application is approved. All right. That brings us down to the next item on our agenda, commission appointments. This is to appoint one of the following candidates to fill a vacancy on the city's Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. There's 3 candidates here: Sheila Majors, Joshua Swan, and Jeff Tillett. Let me turn to Vice Mayor Satterfield, Commissioner of Parks and Rec, to see if there's something else you'd like to tell us about this.
Well, we didn't have an open seat, but then we had a Parks and Rec board member that moved into the city limits, so that opened up a new spot on the Parks and Rec board, so that's the seat that I'm asking to fill tonight.
Okay.
And so, I guess what we did last time is we each gave our recommendation and then made a motion for the people with the most nominations.
Okay, so you went out with a call for expressions of interest,
Yes.
and you got these 3 folks
Yes.
that have expressed interest, and we've been provided with that information. So,
Yeah, these are the ones that are still interested. They've been in the pile for many months, but they are still interested in serving.
okay,
So if we want to start with, Randy, your nomination or recommendation.
My recommendation would be Joshua Swan.
Okay.
okay.
All right, Mr. Mayor.
Joshua Swan sounds good to me. I would just say that all 3 seem to be very well qualified, but Mr. Swan seems to have some particular qualifications I think would make him a good member.
Okay. All right. Well, Joshua Swan just happened to be my pick too. So do I have a motion to approve Joshua Swan for the Parks and Rec Board seat?
I make a motion to accept Joshua Swan for the Parks and Rec seat.
Okay, I'll second that.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Sorry.
Any opposed?
Yeah, let me interject here, so you are the chairman of,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep,
you
this-
probably need
Sorry.
to go ahead and remake that motion.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay.
From the chair, just to keep it.
All right, we'll make sure we keep it right. Can I have a motion to approve Joshua Swan as a new member of the Parks and Rec Committee.
I make a motion to accept Joshua Swan as to fill the vacancy on the committee for Parks and Rec.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Joshua Swan is accepted.
My apologies.
Thank you, City Manager. Keep the Vice Mayor in line. Okay, that brings us down to the next item, which is announcements and statements. This is a new section on our agenda, and so this is an opportunity for us to let folks know of anything that's coming up on the horizon. City Manager, any other input on what type of things go under announcements and statements?
It's just the chance, if any of the three or all five, everybody's there, to make a statement, or like you said, to announce something. So it's your time if you want to, if there's something coming about Parks and Rec that you specifically want to highlight it, or anything of that nature. But it's announcement statement just for the board, not for the public.
Well, I did have one other thing that I wanted to bring up to the Board of Commissioners, and that is that we've received a number of expressions of interest for the Planning Commission. I have had a chance to take a look at those, and one particular candidate really stands out to me, Bruce King. He is a retired structural engineer. Bruce is a resident of the city, so he lives in the city limits. He's a member of the fire department in good standings, also volunteers at Wesley Woods. He's lived in Tuckaleechee Cove 23 years and 9 years in the city limits. And so I think based on his structural engineering background, he has a unique qualification that would really help us out a lot in our skill set on the Planning Commission. So I'm wondering if you would give me any feedback that you might have about me appointing Bruce King as a member of the Planning Commission.
I think you would do a wonderful job. I've known Bruce for quite a few years, and I think you would be an asset to the city and to the Planning Commission.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that input, and I'll continue forth on that. That's the only thing that I can think of under announcements and statements. City Manager?
I have one. I have one the big one that made me really happy. Welcome back, Gayla Webb. She has come back as city recorder, and we are firing all cylinders now, so couldn't be more happy. But Gayla, welcome back, and thank you for coming back.
Thank you very much. And I think we're all very pleased about that. So we think there's a good team that will really help us to head on all cylinders. Thanks, Gabe.
I have a couple of announcements. So the Christmas parade is Sunday, December the 7th at 2:30. So I did put that in your all's packets under my report to ask the commissioners that want to be there to judge the floats to be there at 1 o'clock at the visitor center. So I'm very excited about that. And the Christmas community gathering will be here Friday, December the 7th, and we'll start at 5:30. And
What time? Not that same, December
I'm
12th.
sorry, December 12th. Sorry. Friday, December 12th at 5:30. And we're having bingo Monday, the 24th of this month at 6 o'clock. That's all I got.
Very good. Thank you. Vice Mayor? Anything else? Okay. That brings us down to the next item on our agenda. This is public input for items not on the agenda. So if anyone has an opportunity they'd like to talk to the Board of Commissioners about something not on the agenda, this is the moment. So do we have someone signed up to speak?
We have two, Keith Payne, that's your last name? Freon. And Mike Aker.
Okay.
Yeah, excuse me, I lost my voice and yelling all day long. I'm gonna keep your time. I won't waste a lot of your time. I got a lot of stuff wrote down, but I have a waiting place, a little restaurant beside the gas station. What does a small business like myself have to do to prosper here? I renovated that place. It looks really different. We tried do everything we can for locals, for veterans, everything possible. I worked for myself for 30 years, and
You come just a little closer to the
Yeah.
mic.
And that sign we have out there is just entirely too small. Even local people, when they finally come next door, because with the stain we did, we made overtones, so you really can't see we're open half the time. So I'm asking, how can I go about getting a bigger sign? I'll pay for it and all that, I just, to get approval from you all. I mean, I've got to be able to make it where people can see that over there, you know what I'm saying? I understand you can't let them flashy, I get all that. I'm not trying to be like Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, none of that nonsense. I mean, one day we had this little thing, some locals that work for us, but they're all locals. And you drove down the road and see people with them little blow up things wave at you. I didn't know you couldn't have that. I bought one, put it out there. Anyway, I get it, I respect you, I pay all the permit fees, all that crap. I don't care about that, I did it all. But how do I go about getting approval? Because I was told I may not be able to have a sign as big as my neighbor. And I'm curious, why would that be?
Okay. Well, we have the sign ordinance.
So I got the little knob.
Yeah,
I got
and
that.
those are the regulations that dictate how big a sign can be.
Mhm.
And it has to fall within those
I understand.
regulations. And so is what you envision fall within the regulations?
I don't know how to word it the right way. It's a yes or no question really for me. If they have a 5 foot by 20 foot sign, am I equal to them or not? Can I have the same thing they have? Is what I'm asking.
Well, I think the sign has to fall within the
I understand what
regulations.
you're telling me.
Yeah.
So their sign would have to follow into the regulations, is what you're telling me.
Well,
I'm asking that. I don't know. I'm just,
yeah, I'd have to take a look if there's any other sign that's out there that might be outside of the regulations and see what the circumstances.
I'm not trying to be best or nothing.
No, we're grateful
I'm
that
really
you're here
trying
and
to-
part of our community.
The building now, this curb appeals 100% different.
Yeah.
I know that. So,
Okay,
anyway, I won't waste your time. I just thought I'd ask.
well, okay, and we'll try to work with you to make sure that you've got a good sign for your building that's compliant
I'm
with
just
the
trying to-
regulations and stuff.
You understand me.
We appreciate you coming and talking to us, and we'll make sure we'll work with building inspector and codes enforcement and city staff
Yeah.
to make sure that we get you everything that you can get in
All right.
terms of.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for waiting through our.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you.
Mike Aker? Nope. Okay.
Mr. Hager,
Yeah.
you're done. Okay. Anybody else?
That's it. That's all that I have on the sign sheet.
Okay. All right, well, I have to say, that's a pretty efficient meeting. We're done in 40 minutes, looks like. So congratulations to the city manager. Thank you for all the different improvements and modernization. And of course, we're tickled to have Gayla back. And I just know that you guys are going to make an awesome team, and really looking forward to the days ahead. So with that, let me entertain a motion for us to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
And have a second?
Second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.